So what's about to happen here in the United States? I'm preaching to the choir. I know you know that in June, the Supreme Court is going to give their decision on an important case that is expected to probably overturn Roe. There are 13 states currently that have trigger ban laws in place. Abortion will be gone for the people who need to access that vital health care and who deserve bodily autonomy in those states, including my home state where I had an abortion at age 15, Arizona. Let's be real. Baby Busy Phillips still gets the abortion because my parents would pay for it. They would take me where I needed to go, and I'm white, and I'm born privileged. What this is going to do to the most vulnerable in our country is unconscionable. We can learn from other countries. I know that many people in this country thought this, oh, it's never gonna get overturned. No, it's not. That's like, and here we are. And so now, Paula, let's just talk about what the state of abortion in Latin America was 5 years ago.
So 5 years ago, what happened or what it was a state is what we are about to see probably in the United States and what you were just describing. And is that abortion was a privilege. Those who live in urban areas and had money will always find a doctor that's willing to do the procedure, will always find medicine that will always be available, regardless of the status of the law. Legally, there were 5 countries that have total abortion bans, and there were only 2 countries, Cuba and Uruguay, who had the recognition of autonomy as a right, as something that we should have. The rest of the countries have what we call the exception system, in which you need to justify the reason why you need to have an abortion. In some cases, it was because your life is in danger, or your health is in danger, or because you were a victim of rape.
Right.
But it needed justification. Mm-hmm. It needed for you, it was never because you choose. And that is like so crucial, because at the end of the day, what ended up happening is doctors, insurance, politicians, everybody who is always in trying to get in our bodies and in our business will find multiple barriers to deny the services, even in the cases of life, health, and rape.
And then what happened with this green wave?
What happened was that we got tired of dying, because literally we were dying. Mm-hmm. And who was dying? It was dying the most vulnerable, the most poor, the youngest, the one who live in the rural areas. And it just couldn't be enough. And we say enough. And then something happens in Argentina when we celebrate International Day of Violence Against Women, November 25th, in which is usually around only violence, and the reproductive rights movement was always separate from the women's rights violence movement against violence women. They were like 2 different things. And then the movements decide to collide, and they take this symbol, the symbol of the pañuelo, and they make it green because it's held, and they decide to have one of the largest marches that we have seen in history. There were millions of people and women on the street. And that just sparked a movement that didn't stop. Is that what we call the green wave? That's what we call it, the green wave. And it took over Argentina, then took over Mexico, and then it arrived to my home country of Colombia very recently.
And I mean, if abortion can be decriminalized and then legalized in the 3 largest, most Catholic countries in Latin America, what are we doing wrong here? What is happening?
One of the things that really frustrates me sometimes is when I see what is about to happen in the United States and I don't see people protesting every single day. They want to control us.
100%.
They want to control our bodies and our choices, because if they control our autonomy. They decide for us. And if they decide for us, then we will not rise up. And they are so afraid of us rising up. They are so afraid of minorities and other people rising up. Because if we rise up, then we overtake this system of oppression that has been existing for years, this patriarchy. So they need to control our destinies. And it's not only about abortion, but it's about who we are, how we decide to live. It's about our identities.
Okay, so how do we start the green wave here?
Yeah.
What are we
Yes,
doing?
yes. So look, if there is,
Come on.
if there is something that I think that we need to do is to start really showing up.
We can do
We
that.
have to do it. We have
Guys,
to do it.
okay,
And I have this, and I just want to throw it to the audience because I do believe that symbols matter. Okay, this is great. I do believe the symbols matter, and we will have more in that.
It's hard to
It's hard to
throw
break
symbols.
it. It's hard to break it. Thank you.